Hi everyone, this is March 28th, right? So now this is near month end. We were January ended, February ended, March is ending, but Bitcoin consolidation is not ending. So what it trying to do, we'll try to find out. Okay. So every week we assess a weekly trend, monthly trend, especially we'll focus on macro trend as this is near month end. And of course, we can look into lower trend as well. Um, so we'll start with 12 hours with Bitcoin and then look into other coins. And then I'll add few things which I'm observing beyond crypto that will also help. Today is Sunday, right? So it's like um, um, week ending today. So how weekend also matters. So multiple things. Let's get started in. Let's get started with Bitcoin at 12 hours first, and then we'll look into different time frames. Uh, I'll start with this Binance version. So yellow level was given earlier. It is a resistance. You see here is spend time. Then I found one more resistance. I mean, probably you would have realized because this was also a point of rejection. But technically, this is another one. But let me simplify it and say, um, draw simple band here indicating with maybe orange line, orange color, just to cover this high and then recent high. I would say this is most important one because we want to see Bitcoin making new high. Very simple pattern that you will observe at a lower time frame. Very easy to understand pattern. Okay, okay, think from this point of view. This is high, then a low. So this is swing high, swing low, we call. Uh, it depends on how you dissect the wave, right? So swing high could be this also, but if you focus, there are two segments. This is first segment and then this is second segment, right? So you may say this is swing high. That's also fine, and I think maybe we can keep that way. So let me split the wave for you, dissect the wave for you for better visualization. I'm considering the whole entire wave as one wave. This is called counter wave. Okay, maybe I should use different line because this is mixing up. Yellow is better, maybe with a bolder. This is simple. So there are ups and down. You forget about that's all noise. This is single wave. You can always, as I said, you can split into two or maybe three, depends. But in short, this is a single wave with respect to what? With respect to the main trend. Okay, with respect to the main trend, or maybe you can say with respect to this particular wave, which we'll look into that as well. So first we'll focus on this immediate wave structure and then we'll expand further by zooming out. What we are seeing here is this part, but let's zoom out at this level where it correction started. So correction started on 68k month of November last year. Correction ended January end and then got a good bounce. This bounce broke the previous resistance but not with a great margin. So more or less it's the same level if you consider this. This is not, we cannot say this is a breakout by any mean. Here I'm connecting this spike and connecting all this high, all highs. Okay, so maybe I should use different color. um, yeah, So what we are observing here is this is down counter trend, and then this is the first major bounce which reached to the previous high, touching the yellow band here. Then it retraced but not retraced all the way and broken below. It was higher low. This is low but higher low with respect to this, so we can draw a line like this. Okay, very simple. We are trying to create a boundary and simplifying the structure because this is noisy, but we can make sense out of it. Then it's a bounce. So what you're going to focus is on the main trend here, not zigzag like yellow. And then I'm going to draw this and draw this and draw this. In between is just noise, and I'll connect this because this is just in between, it's just noise, right? I'll connect this and I'll connect this because it has reached so far at this level. Okay, I'll end here and with some different color, maybe blue with little number 2 so it doesn't dominate. So you see, the basically this is a parent at this level. There is all parent is always a relative, so I'm focusing on this part since since November last year, right? So first, this is the low, and this is the line that we are tracking as a support. Okay, these S6 S7 S, these are interim supports. Okay, these are low time frame supports. Okay, main structurally point of view, S8 is the most important one asset because it falls on this line over here. Why? Because if you look at, so this is a bounce, then a higher low, another bounce which reached all the way to the high but not able to break above. It came down. What is the good news? That it didn't make new low. That's the good news. Okay, it stopped here, not that it broke below this. So this is a good news, but this is totally boring because there is no growth, there is no opportunity. Totally boring, doing nothing. So from a value point of view, you're not growing anything here. This is consolidation phase. So now if you look at, this is at orange band level, right? This is level. The thing is, my experience says that this zigzag, this wave contracts means is it narrows down, and in that case what we can expect is somewhere here down the line, first week of April. By that time, I know it's a long time, but nothing we can do about it. So it may take 10 to 14 days roughly, because if you look at the wave, this wave could take month end, maybe month end. So in next 10 days it should be able to decide where it wants to go. Right now it is not telling us, it is giving some hint, it is telling us what it is doing, but it is not revealing the direction. We'll look into this at different time frame to understand this better, but you can clearly see that over here it is it is at nowhere. uh, so if it comes down to S8, then it's in real trouble in my opinion, because it has already visited this. So this would be a red flag if it comes down, I mean comes to this level. So I would say this is the most critical level, this S8. We don't know yet, so I'm going to keep the dotted line. Right, and of course, if what we want is this time it has to break above this band. What does it mean? 40, 45,000 few for 500 maybe, right? At least that is needed to come out of the structure, because this level is important, because you see it's not about exact dollar number. This was around 45,500 and this spiked up. So this is the level. 48,000 is the right level, is the level where we can feel confident that it really wants to go up, not down. So this is the first confirmation we'll get, that now it is changing the course, it is changing the direction. Which direction? The direction that it right now is heading. Remember, when it goes down, it doesn't go down every other day. It in between, it stops and pauses. It stops and pauses, and this is called consolidation. Hold on, please. So, sorry, I had it's okay. There was some noise. Right. So we are focusing on this counter trend and consolidation. So what I was saying, it doesn't go down every other day. It consolidates. But one fine support could tell us that okay, now it wants to change the direction. If you look at this wave also, this particular piece of this is also consolidation actually. Small one, but consolidation. So in that case, the wave was this much, and this was the consolidation. Okay, but this consolidation ended with a down breakdown. Even this is consolidation. So that's what happened. So I'm this is like small consolidation. These are small consolidations along the way, you see. So dropped, consolidation, drop, consolidation, drop, consolidation, drop, and a bounce. So it these are sometimes there are, it creates fractals, means structure within a structure and all. There is no end to it. At what level you see, right, you will see this kind of behavior all over the places. Now, so for this downtrend, you saw this consolidation and different leg, first leg, second leg, third leg, and fourth leg, and so on. Now you put this into one and say this is one first leg, and then this is consolidation.
I am. Your screen's frozen, I think.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thanks for highlighting. Okay, so this is let me repeat, my bad. Thanks for informing. So I added yellow boxes to show you further that there is always consolidation. So this is the first leg, consolidation, second leg, consolidation, third leg, consolidation, fourth leg, right? And there is no end to how you split it. Okay, for an example, this is the wave. If you look at this, is also consolidation, and so on within this way. So there is no end how much you break down. Point is, this is how price action happens. This is how wave develops, right? That's the point I'm trying to convey here. So we had to put one wave, I mean one straight wave here, counter trend, and then the whole entire thing as consolidation. So what you would do from visualization point of view, that this is whole entire consolidation. This is whole entire consolidation. I'll remove this for clarity. Okay. So what you saw here along this wave, you're seeing here. So you compare this like this kind of consolidation that you saw on the wave, right? Now the thing is, it doesn't mean that there will be a second leg, but there are boundaries, and these are the boundaries. S8 to the lower, this 20, 30, 33K is the boundary. This is a range, and sometime you have to work with the range. There's no exact dollar number. Okay, like for example, you see how many times it tried to go down, but it didn't. 3 times. Here also it tried to go down multiple times if I zoom in, right? So you cannot say this is my support, this is my support. It came down all the way here and then went up and eventually broke down. So there is no $1 number we can say this is my support. If this is broken, it is going down. It is always some band, some narrow band. But you have to, once you understand the structure, it is easy for you when you look at the chart that it is it a false breakdown or false breakout. It's very easy because that's why I'm spending more time to teach or share the TA stuff. Otherwise, if I just give you S8, then if it broken, then you will sell, for an example, and then it goes up, then you will be wondering, oh, I sold, now it has gone up. But once you understand that this support level has to be drawn on a particular dollar number, but it is not about exact dollar number, right? For an example, here, these are spikes. It's not about exact dollar number. That's why you have to use some band and to get. So you cannot go at a micro level. You have to understand the structure, whether the structure is broken or not. Okay. So once you understand the structure, the consolidation range, one way to look into is the yellow line, which is very simple for you to draw. Another is you draw the box. The box is more conservative because it also covers this low, right? So if it comes breaks below this, then it's a warning sign, a big warning sign. If breaks below this, it's also then it's a major risk. But you know what? Crypto is so funny sometimes. It could touch this and then goes up. That's why anyone who is trying to do in and out, all out, suffer the most. And our best practices is so important that whatever you do gradually. I'm not. You have this live example. This was the low, went up. This is low. You see, this is new low, right? So these were multiple, these were two lows, but these were higher lows. But this made a new low and then went up and then again higher low. So the point is, even this has broken this and this has broken this, but ultimately it went up. So if you think that this is my low and I'm going to decide everything based on this, that's why people lose money, because they don't understand that you have to keep this structure in mind. These are spikes. You have to keep structure in mind. And another, this is half part. Another half part is, it's not that you don't get full. It sometimes it happens. Market is like that. Sometimes it goes down and goes up. But no worries. You draw a simple line like this. Let's say very simple thing. If you draw a line and then if it tricks you like this, right? If it tricks you, what there's nothing to lose here. If it goes up, you can reverse your action. People don't do that sometimes. The boundary line, you might have to do once or twice or sometime three times as well, thrice. You might have to do, but that's totally all right if market is volatile and sometime, you know, create that situation. So here, but point is, as I said, those who are managing the risk in incremental manner is always safer than someone who is deciding everything on single dollar number. That's a risky proposition in my opinion. Like, it doesn't work out well, right? And because it can happen when you're offline also. So you stop out, you wake up in the morning and you realize that the price is up, so you might not even get chance to re-enter. That's also reality. Anyways, so the point is, understanding this boundary is very important. So now you have the understanding that how the consolidation is happening, right? And how the wave is developed, why it will take one week or 2 weeks time because of the way it is shrinking, right? So it might not go down like this. The projection could be like this, and not necessarily it will go down, by the way. But let's understand this. So if what you are seeing here, it could come down to this and again goes up and do this kind of a dancing and then goes up, or simply um, not able to hold these levels and continue going down like this and goes down. So that this might happen, but I would, this might happen. Let me draw this. And then this is becomes red. Orange means we are not sure here, means just kind of a warning, and then this is red, something like this, symbolic. And this is a path, let's say happy path. The blue path is a happy path. Everyone would like to see this, correct? But these are the different supports. So these are different checkpoints. Okay, these are not decisive levels that you see. Decisive levels are the boundaries, the upper boundary and the lower boundary. In between, what you're seeing is noise. Okay, it's very hard to time it. Right? It might come down and goes up every few hours. It's not in your hand. Like what you have seen here, it's not that you need to trust me, because you have seen it. In matter of minute it went up, and matter of minute it went down. Here as well, same thing here as well. So if you are involved too much into all this, it is going to make you crazy, because this is not to be interpreted that way. You are not supposed to interpret this moves every few hours, because this is noise. I mean, you can try, but you are not going to get anything out of it. Okay. If you need peace of mind, understand the structure, and assume and understand that everything is happening within this yellow box, and it is just making progress like this, right, in a zigzag manner. That's it. No need to complicate the TA. No need to complicate your analysis. This is very simple interpretation. It has gone down. Now it is consolidating. It is as simple as that. Nothing fancy about it. Now and if it comes down to this, then it's a risk. It comes down to this, it's an opportunity, and these are the two levels. So simple, right? So this is 12 hours. Now we'll look into weekly. We can look into daily for a moment. This was just for fun. Bitstamp, right? This is very important chart for us on weekly. Why it's important? Because this is where we are tracking. So this, now we saw this line in the 12 hours on the Binance format. The same line is extended from here, right, from the June last year. So this is a guide. The yellow support line is a guide. Okay. uh, and what I explained, the consolidation, now we zoomed out, the same thing is happening. This is also consolidation. You see the point? In this one, these are the peaks, these are the valleys, these are the lows, and exactly the same. Only difference is it went up and then consolidation. On 12 hours it went down and consolidation. You know what I'm saying? So for an example, the 12 hours is like something like this. It was like in 68k, and then went down to 33k, and then went up, and then down, went up. It's exactly the same, right? The nature of wave is more or less the same once you understand this basic TA stuff. Okay, so weekly is important for us to see what is really the trend here. This is like 14 months of consolidation. This Bitcoin has been consolidating, you can say, from January, because January it was here and still it is here. This is month of March. So for last 14 months, Bitcoin is under consolidation, the big consolidation with this range high and swing low. Okay, right now it is right in the middle, right in the middle. So there is no need to assume extreme levels, other upside or downside. It is okay to be neutral. It's okay that you can say I'm neutral. It's not being indecisive, because it is, you're following the TA here. If you're following the TA, you don't need to take a strong side. I was strong on the downside here, but I'm neutral here. Why? Because it has gained so much. But I cannot say it is going to the moon unless it breaks above certain levels that we have. It's all about which side is weighing more, and there is nothing wrong about it. So if that's what I'm saying, last week I mentioned, you interpret the chart, you yourself need to be neutral, very much objective. You cannot take side. The moment you take side, you lose the opportunity. Not just opportunity, you might ignore the risk as well, because when you analyze, you become TA, and when you trade, you become a trader. The most challenging part is to separate out these two roles, trader and TA roles. It's extremely difficult, because if you're long and if you see downside pressure as a TA, then it contradicts. You're one human being, and but there are two contradictory situations. You are long, that means you would like it to go up, but if you are TA and you see there's downside pressure, there's a big conflict in your mind, and ultimately you go with what you have. It means you are long, that means you will go with a long, and that's where you lose money if you ignore the risk. That's why no matter what you are, like long or short, always look for the TA side of it, in my opinion, not what you're holding. So this is another important factor that you have to consider. You are long, it doesn't mean you have to favor long. Yeah, you are long because you thought in past that it is profitable being long, right? And same thing, if you're short, don't think it is going to go down, it can go up as well. So short doesn't mean you ignore the bounce. This bounce is significant and very important. If you keep on thinking that it is going down, then that's a problem, because this candle could be like this. I think 4 weeks ago, when not 4 weeks, February start here, I mentioned that this structure, this could end up with this structure. If you refer my recording, I mentioned, and exactly the same happened, more or less the same. It made new another dip, something like this, went up and then dip, then dip. Okay, this didn't go all the way, that's all right, but the point is this structure is very much similar to this structure, right? So one can argue that, okay, you know what, this candle is like, I mean, this candle is like this candle, and then we could see this kind of a wave. Why not? Nothing wrong in it. So the point is, if anyone is short and ignoring this candle, it's a big mistake. But if somebody is long and assuming that we are out of the woods, there's absolutely no risk, right? Then also a challenge. So right now it is time to be neutral, because it's right in the middle, right? And then you change the side based on where it goes, right? Very simple. And I'm talking about the trend. Every other day there is going to be ups and down. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about a trend, the big direct, like long-term direction. Okay, so that's on weekly. Monthly we can have a quick look by hiding the drawings just to understand. See, this particular bounce has changed the situation, right? We can clearly see it was last week, it was here, which was pretty risky. This week it went up, and it has changed the monthly. And if it continues going up and, you know, change this monthly candle to the green, then I mean, then it's wonderful, right? So l- little push is needed. 45K is good enough, right? What is the candle close here? 43,000. Yeah, 43,200 is good enough for it to turn this green. So if it turns green by month end, that's positive. Still, it's positive because of the bounce. Okay. So this particular month was very challenging, because this low were broken below the opening of the last month. So it was a bit risky. Now it is trying to bring the balance in, but we have to be watchful. We have to. This is very tricky level. So monthly is not bad as last week, but still it has to do more. And so that's what it's telling us. Right. So I think this is good enough for Bitcoin, right? And we can move into the alts. I'll open for your questions. I'll stop the recording here for Bitcoin and then go for the alts.